Okay, I'm back today, guys, and I have a book haul for you today. So there's quite a few books that I bought. A lot of them are career focused. They are non-fictions, and I do have a couple of fictions in here, and then I have two surprises towards the end of the video for you guys. I'm so excited to reveal. Okay, so the first book that I purchased is called Nurse, and it is by Peggy Anderson. So there it is. And this book is, I'm assuming, just about a bunch of stories about this lady's journey during her nursing career and some of the things she encounters. It says, a true story that became a national bestseller. So basically, this is the true story of Mary Benjamin, RN. And yeah, she's just going to talk about her journeys. So I'm interested to see what this is all about. It says, doctors don't keep you alive, I do. So, hey, I like that. Very, very snazzy. I can't wait to read it. Okay, the next one is also a nursing book, and it's called The Shift. If you guys can see that cover there. That's really interesting cover. And it's by Teresa Brown, and she's also an RN. So I love to just read about others' experiences being a nurse, because I'm a nurse, and nursing is so diverse that every nurse's experience is unique. And even within the same area of nursing, our experiences are so unique. So it's just interesting to read about characters, and whether they're fiction or non-fiction books. I like to read about the experiences of others. So there we go. That's one. I think it's going to be very interesting. I'm excited about reading that one. The next one is near and dear to my heart because this is a psych book, y'all. It's called The Psychopath Test, and it's a journey through the madness industry by Jon Ronson. So you guys may know Jon Ronson. He is one of the authors for well, he has a couple of books that are really popular. Lost at Sea, The Amazing Adventures of Phoenix Jones. He's also the author of You've Been Publicly Shamed. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. So You've Been Publicly Shamed is pretty popular. So many YouTubers are talking about it. Everybody's talking about it. But yeah, so this is the Psychopath Test. This was recommended to me by a guy that I met on my Amino app, and it's Books and Writing Amino. So I have an Amino where I go and I just talk about books, writing. I do book reviews and stuff on there. So this is where I learned about this book. He knew that I was really, really interested in psychology, mental health. So he recommended this book. I'm really excited to read this one. So this is going to be a great read. Speaking of So You've Been Publicly Shamed, I picked up this one. I love this cover. I love how his eyes and his mouth have just been spray painted out. I guess that's what it feels like to be publicly shamed. So anyway, this is also by Jon Ronson, and I'm really interested to read this one. I just had to have it because it was so popular, and I just wanted to see what all the fuss was about, really. So that's why I picked this one up. The next one is We Were Liars, another very popular book right now by E. Lockhart. So I just wanted to know what this one was all about as well. I love the cover. I think it's really pretty. It's interesting looking. Yeah. So I picked this one up, and I can't wait to read it. So some of you guys who have read it, don't spoil it in the comment section for me. Okay. All right. So speaking of nonfiction, getting the right work done. This was a book that I bought a while back. You can see it's kind of dirty. It's kind of beat up. Never really completed it. I've read a little bit of it. You can see where I stopped here. I use this book more as a resource for time management and things like that. I really think it's important to be constantly growing and constantly developing yourself. And that was the reason I purchased this book. Okay. This book is by... There's an Arthur, there's an Arthur, there's an Arthur, I'm sure. Peter Brigman wrote this book. And this has been a really, really good one. One of the things this book talks about is letting other people keep their monkeys and you dealing with your own monkeys. And as a helper and a person who loves to help other people, I find that I will take on the problems of other people a lot of times. And it tarnishes my time management because now I'm not only juggling my stuff, I'm juggling other people's stuff. So that's one of the things I wanted to work on, and that was the main reason why I went out and purchased this book. Thank You for Being Late by Thomas L. Freeman. I have read 90% of this book, y'all. I just bought it and I just zoomed through it. Like, I'm in school, but on my 15-minute breaks, I would read this book 15 minutes at a time. And I'm telling you, this is a good book. It talks about global warming. It talks about economies around the world. It talks about technology and how technology is changing our lives, how we're going from being worker bees to having more of an entrepreneurial aspect to jobs. It talks about how important it is to develop yourself so that you can compete in the world of technology. The world is changing so fast that you can't afford not to upgrade your skills and work on yourself personally, which is one of the reasons why I wanted my booktube channel to be geared a lot towards like nonfiction books, because nonfiction books, I named my channel Maurita Joyce Reads Minds, because nonfiction books allows you to get into the mind of another person. You learn from their experiences, you learn from their successes, their failures, and I think this book is very much about that kind of thing, and that's why I enjoyed it so much. So this was on my book haul, y'all. I purchased this book and I started reading and I got through it quickly. It was also a recommendation from my book club, so I reread this for the book club. All right. Mental Jamie Lowe. This one I had to have. First off, the book cover is just beautiful. Second off, it's a book about mental health, so I was really, really interested in reading it. There's the author there. Beautiful picture of her. And what is her name? Let's see who wrote this book. I don't know. Is Jamie Lowe the author? Y'all help me out here. Yeah, she's actually the author. Okay, there we go. So this book is about the author, apparently. Wow, I had to have it. It has little pills on it. It has lithium on it. Love and Losing My Mind, Jamie Lowe. So yeah, definitely a mental health. I am a mental health fanatic. So I really, really wanted to have this book. I got it. I love the cover. I'm going to put it up. I'll let you guys know how it goes. Super Communicator. I bought this book a while back. I read just a little bit of it. Very, very good book. This is more of a business and communications book. Like I said, I'm all about self-improvement. And one of my goals is to become a public speaker. So I wanted to get this book and just learn, just really delve into what makes a great speaker. And this book was really good. It's by Frank J. Pietruca? Yeah, I butchered that. There we go, guys. This is the cover of it, just in case you guys want to go out, run out and get it. This is a very good book. It's another book that talks about speaking and how having a story is so important to the delivery of a great message. So I enjoyed this, and it also talks about the integration of technology. I love technology as well, so I love books that talk about and build on combining technology with everything else, and this book does that. Let's see. Haven't read all of it though. Crucial Conversations is a book that I just purchased. Haven't had a chance to look at. This was a recommendation from the leader of my book club. She was talking about how she is working on having crucial conversations. Very soft-spoken, seems to be a very sweet woman. She's like a healthcare manager, and she has to have crucial conversations, hiring, firing, that kind of thing. Conversations about bills. And I found that, you know what, I was like, I really need to learn how to have crucial conversations. Of course, I used to be an ER nurse, so I was always having crucial conversations, but you can never develop enough. And I felt like I could always develop my skill of having crucial conversations, how to be more tactful, how to be more compassionate, not just in how I feel, but in expressing that to other people. So I think this book will really, really help along the lines of that. And it has a couple of authors. There's Patterson, Greene, Macmillan, and Switzler. I'm sorry if I mispronounce you guys' names. That's the best I could do with what I have. And I can't wait to read this book. I will let you guys know how it goes. I have First Year Nurse, by Barbara Arnold-Dusen. She has an RN and she has an MBA. So this was a good book. I kind of flipped through it. I didn't read it. I just bought it. But it has a couple of really good quotes in it and information for nurses who are in their first year or looking to become nurses. A very, very good book. I did a nursing video on this on my other channel, and I talked about this for new nurses or ladies who are aspiring to be nurses. So this is going to be a good one. I can't wait to read it. I love listening to the stories and recommendations of other nurses who have been down the road that I'm traveling. So anyway, Bulletproof Your Job. This is another book that I think is great for development. It's by Stephen Viscusi, and it's America's Workplace Guru. I always like to try to improve. There's a picture of him there, and there's his name. My skills. I like to improve my personal life. I want to become a better employee. I want to become a better person, a better sister, a better everything. So I'm always working on improvement. And this was a book that has 4 simple strategies to ride out the rough times and come out on top at work. It's so important to continue developing ourselves. I'm all about that, and I think reading is a great way to do that. There's somebody who's been through something that you are either going through or might encounter, and you can learn from them. And I really enjoy doing that. So that's the reason why I purchased this book. On the Edge, A Journey Through Anxiety by Andrea Peterson. Another mental health focused book. This cover is beautiful and interesting. I like that. This is a great cover, and I think this is going to be a great read. There's a picture of Miss Peterson right there for you guys to see. I'm excited about getting into this book. I think this was a recommendation that I got off of another YouTuber channel, and I don't remember because I watched so many YouTubers' channel, and it was a while back. I ordered this book from Amazon. It's A Journey Through Anxiety. And I am interested in all things mental health, whether it be fiction or nonfiction. So I'm really interested to read this book, to learn about the characters, to see what their experiences were and how they experience anxiety. I think, like, even if it's nonfiction, it opens my mind up working as a nurse, because I'm a mental health nurse. And I think it opens my mind up, and it helps me to better imagine what it's like. And I think when you meet people halfway,